Hello, CNCers. It's IDC Man from IDC Woodcraft, and welcome to our Wednesday evening CNC Hangout, where today we have a very special guest, one of our other CNC brothers. We got Andy Bird in the house, and we're going to bring him on shortly. And we have Liberty and Julianne, and that's what we're going to be doing, talking CNC tonight. But I just want to let you all know, hey, we're doing the IDC Man for a little while for Halloween. But I don't know if I'll be wearing this all night just because it's going to be distracting. So I'll have to go find my phone booth, or maybe I can CNC out a phone booth so I can go do my change like Superman does. All right. Okay. Well, here we go. Let's see. First, we're going to bring on the sisters, and then we're going to bring Andy in. But first, I want to say hello to a few people. What do we got? All right. How many we got? We got 180 people, or they're popping in, and Lon McClure and Upland, David, Noel, and Jetty. Hey, Jetty, what's going on? I talked to Jetty on the phone a few weeks ago. Lumberjack, and okay, there's a bunch of brothers and sisters on board here, so we're just going to say hi to everybody all at once. Okay, we're going to bring up the sisters, Liberty and Julianne. And for those of you who are here for the first time, Liberty, she's next to me right here. She's the fulfillment manager for IDC Woodcraft, and she just make sure all the shipments are taken care of, all our inventory is taken care of. Julianne, the administrator for IDC Woodcraft, who keeps the entire cog together. So she's like the hub of the spoke wheel. Pretty interesting business that she has to maintain. Keeps you busy, doesn't it, Julianne?
Just a little bit, you know.
A little bit. It's the IDC woman. So yeah, we'll work on that one. So we're going to come out with some IDC man stuff. This is going to be fun. All right. Anyway, so folks. Your questions, make sure you put question marks in front of your questions. Julianne will be monitoring that and putting that in our queue. And also, what else, Julianne? Oh, about links. All right. So you'll be putting links as we talk about things, and the links will be in the description as well. So she'll keep populating the links in the description. And Liberty's going to stay on board. She's going to help us out. She's going to ask the questions that you were asking. She's the best narrator. She can read them a lot faster than I can. So anyway, I think that's it. Do I have to bring up anything here before we bring Andy on board? Well, we'll just bring Andy on board. Yeah, we'll just bring Andy on board. Julianne will be in the background. We'll bring her out every once in a while. Hey, Kyle's in the house too. All right, Andy, come on board. There we go.
Hello, folks.
It's so that's.
I don't know how to do that, but yeah. So this was last year's costume. I've got two young boys. This year, I was telling them backstage, this year, I can't. So on Friday, I'm going to dress up as a criminal. And so I didn't think it was a good idea to pop on here dressed as a criminal and be like, as a guest. And the reason is because I have two young boys who are going to be police officers, and I'm the bad guy. So that's what we're doing.
Oh, okay. Oh, that'll be cool. Are you going to wear the striped?
Yeah. Okay. Can you imagine me showing up on being a guest on a live stream in a striped jumpsuit?
All right.
Yeah. So I went with Goofy. I went with Goofy instead.
That's funny. So, folks, our brother Kyle is in the house too from Learn Your CNC. Everybody, give him a hello. Kyle is the Vectric master, as that Vectric training course.
Hey, Kyle.
We talk about it all the time, that if you're learning CNC, the Vectric software, don't try to DIY it on YouTube. You'll miss a lot of stuff. And he's got a really good community. So we will link that. He's got a free boot camp that he provides, so you see kind of how his teaching goes. Anyway, so Andy's got a couple of things that we're going to talk about too. And
I do.
Bring up. Yep. And I got to take away my distraction here.
Yeah.
anyway, so folks, I just got to show you. For those of you who saw IDC Man, it's just a printout, and we pinned it to my shirt. And this cape, Liberty, tell them where that came from. Oh, you're muted.
That cape. So I had grabbed one of my daughter's costume capes already. I had like, she'll never notice this is missing, right? And he saw me with it and heard me telling my partner about the video that we were going to do and everything and what the script was like. And didn't think she was paying too much of attention to it. The next morning we were getting ready for school and she comes into my bedroom and she was, wait, I have something for Gilly. She runs into her room, runs back out with that cape in hand. She goes, this for his costume. Okay, we're using that one. But,
And there it is. And so now IDC Man has his colors, and there's the backside of it.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. All right, well, that's cool. That was a lot of fun putting together, and the ladies did a really great job as being the sidekicks, or actually, I don't know how you worked out with the sidekicks. Who was the sidekick on that? I think Liberty. There wasn't a sidekick. Julianne would have been a sidekick. No real sidekick. Anyway. Okay, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk CNC tonight. First, I want to let everybody know that for those that don't know, IDC Woodcraft donates to causes all the time. We've donated a ton of money to St. Jude. We have donated to an organization called Missing Alexis, which supports families who have lost children. We've donated to Disabled American Veterans, local food bank, and Veterans Day is coming up. So on Veterans Day, we are going to run a special. And what that special is that we are going to give a memorial file, an STL, an American flag with the soldier over the battlefield cross. And we're going to put a lot of proceeds towards the, what do we do? Purple Heart. Yep. Okay. So Purple Heart Foundation. I can't remember what it's called at the end, but so that's what we're going to be doing. So folks, we'll send out an email to the CNC insiders, those who are on our email list. And we got some products coming up that we're going to be releasing. So if you're not on the email list, you're going to want to get on the email list, because those who are on the CNC insiders, they get the first launch discount for a limited time. They get a nice discount. All right. So that's kind of what we're doing. So that's kind of the catch up there. And, what's the other thing about, we got a couple more announcements, then we're going to get into CNC. Julianne, I'm going to bring you up because we're about the giveaway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, folks, we had that giveaway last week, and we gave away a 20-piece, our ultimate CNC router bit starter set 20-piece. We'll link that in there so you can take a look, see how many things are in that. And we didn't want everybody to lose, like only one winner, so we decided we were going to do a 10% consolation prize for everybody else. And so we created a code. We sent it out to the folks that were on that list. But what we're going to do tonight, if you didn't enter the sweepstakes for that, you're going to get a little perk tonight, because Julianne, just fill them in on this, what they've got left going on here with this 10% thing.
Well, you only have a couple hours left to use it, but we are throwing that link in for 10% off all IDC products. So here it is. So that link will not be good after midnight Eastern time tonight.
Which is the 29th, right?
Yes.
And that will automatically give you a 10% discount on the IDC Woodcraft products. So remember, just IDC Woodcraft branded products.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Julianne. Did I miss anything else?
No.
Oh,
But
fiber laser.
oh yeah.
Yeah. So anybody who's within like 2 hours of Madison, Indiana, and you have a fiber laser, get hold of us. Send an email to Garrett@idcwoodcraft.com. Say, I have a fiber laser in this place, and here's my phone number, and we will get that information. We'll contact you because we have something we need done. And you'll get paid for it.
Julianne, will you talk a little bit about what the Purple Heart organization is? We've got a couple people asking what they are.
Of course. They're
since we've got you.
Oh yeah.
So Purple Heart Project, it's actually a really awesome organization. They take physically and mentally wounded veterans and get them involved with woodworking. Starting them out like where they can really focus in on a project and do it at their speed. Run, it's and one of the cool things is bringing in these veterans. A lot of them, they've never been in woodworking before. So one of the first projects and first things that they get is their own workbench. So the members of the Purple Heart Project, they all come together and build veterans their first woodworking bench. So actually ran into these fellas at the Texas Woodworking Festival, and they kind of they ended up as a good chatting conversational place for me to go back and forth to in between doing everything else. So they're just a really good group of guys.
Yep. So
giving back.
We'll be contacting them, or Julianne's already been in touch with them. So, but we'll be doing more. So very cool. I love doing the donations. Andy, we've probably donated about $80,000 now, $80,000.
That's great.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's get the show on the road. And so we have Andy. You all know Andy Bird. He's got his own YouTube channel. He's been at it for a while. Andy, why don't you just give a little cliff notes for those who haven't seen your channel?
Yeah.
To let them know how you got started and what you do now. And folks, in the meantime, we're going to link his YouTube channel here. So make sure you just go ahead and subscribe to his channel.
Yeah, appreciate that, Garrett. And thank you for having me again. I think, is this my second time on the show?
I think third time, isn't it?
Third time? Third? Man. Third?
Second time.
I don't know. We're like neighbors, like BFFs.
And he's like an hour and a half away from me, and we've never been to each other's shop. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we only see each other at like far distances, like at conferences or on the internet.
Yeah.
We're gonna get together though. We're gonna get together one of these times. For sure. But yeah, so I'm Andy, and I have a YouTube channel called Andy Bird Builds. And I started CNC back in 2017. I bought my first Shapeoko 3 XXL back in 2017, right around Christmas. So 2017, 2018. And zero experience. But the whole point of buying it was because I thought I could make money with it. And I come from an entrepreneurship background, a family business, and I grew up around it. And my dad was always making me read books and all these things like business books. And so I went to college first to learn how to grow grass. I share that because it's really interesting. And you went to college to grow grass. It's a joke. You can laugh. It's okay. But no, sports turf management. So anyways, that's what moved me to Kentucky. So I live in Kentucky now with my family, my two boys, my wife, Erin. And I got into CNC because my day job was going bad. I wasn't enjoying it. And I was like, you know what? I need a distraction. And ultimately, through a YouTube wormhole, I found CNC. And I'm like, you know what? I can make money with this. So I did that in 2018, 2019, 2020, still all the way to this day. And in 2020, I reached the peak of kind of my CNC business. I was doing wholesale for I was selling on Etsy. I was selling at craft fairs, craft shows with my wife. And then I had wholesale clients as well through different contexts, including in Waco, Texas, with HGTV and Saturday Night Live. And it kind of just snowballed. So that was 4 years of work. In 2020, I started a YouTube channel and started posting videos and started getting traction. And as they say, the rest is kind of history. So now over the last, it's 2025. Well, it's almost 2026.
It is.
I just looked down and I was like, wow, that was 5 years ago. So my CNC business I still do a little bit of custom work, one-off stuff. I still have a full shop behind there. But we've pivoted over the years. It wasn't a hard pivot. It was a gradual pivot to teaching. So kind of as YouTube got traction, I was like, you know what? I really like teaching other people entrepreneurship and how to make money with woodworking and CNC woodworking. And so as that business has gotten more and more traction, the physical product production has decreased just because of sheer capacity and pursuit. Fast forward. So now my main, fast forward today, I have a team there's 3 of us. And we make and create courses. We have 2 courses, the CNC Kickstart and the CNC Side Hustle, that teach people how to operate their CNC and how to make.
We'll talk about those in a little bit. Yeah.
So I'm a YouTuber / coach / educator / entrepreneur, and I'm incredibly blessed to be able to do what I do day in and day out. And it's the support of the CNC community, and that really enables me to keep going. So that's the, I guess, Cliff Note version.
Yeah.
I just went over 8 years of history. So it seemed like it happened like really quickly, but that's an 8-year evolution. So
I guess you started YouTube about the same time I did. I started October 2020. And IDC Woodcraft officially launched in February of 21.
Okay.
So super cool. Super cool. So you were in business. You did the CNC business stuff. So you got your feet wet and you learned the ins and outs. And so recently you put out this course, the CNC Side Hustle. And so you've taken your knowledge and talk about that a little bit. Yeah. Because first of all, I know that I figured it's about 60% creators want to make money doing this stuff when they get into it.
Yeah. I've heard that. I've heard 50% for people throw around the 50% number. I've even heard a major CNC manufacturer in our space has said 50% of their users make money with their machines. So it's significant. And it's, I think, not to get too philosophical, but it comes down to what you're passionate about. It comes down, for me, comes down to what I'm good at, what I enjoy. And I think we're all looking for that, right? Like, also what makes a living. There's no doubt that I have to make a living. I have two boys under the age of 4. And so, but yeah, so the CNC Side Hustle came out last year. It's been out over a year now. April of 24, we launched it. And it is a comprehensive course. It's over 10 hours of videos. There's over 60 individual videos in it. And it takes you through the whole process of, if you don't have a CNC, where to start, all the way to what do you make? What do I make to sell? Answering that question. It also has a beginner project in it that I walk you through, where I give the project to you and I hold your hand and walk step by step and why we're doing what we're doing. And then I have a expert project where it is a very much a deep dive, blue ocean idea is what I call them. Like I developed my own product in that in the course, so from scratch. And so it's very progressive. But then we have 2 modules that are dedicated to marketing. Garrett, you and I have talked about business a lot.
Yeah.
But just marketing to the CNC woodworker and how to sell your products. Like everybody wants to make products to sell, and what are the best strategies to do that? So, it's 9 modules long. It'll take you a long time to get through it, but it's very comprehensive.
Right. Yeah, I've got light and blade, so it's a great course.
No,
Anybody out here that's that has joined this course of Andy's, the CNC Side Hustle, drop a comment what you've experienced with that. So the core of this is to not only help people just get started with the concepts and the thought process of doing this, but overcome how to start that business, right? How to figure out a product. Because I see that, so that's one of the things where people think, oh, I'll make this and sell it, right? What's cool to you doesn't necessarily mean it's cool to everybody else. You gotta follow the market. So that's what. If only
that worked, right?
Yeah,
we'd all be rich.
We'd all be rich.
But yeah, I'm obsessed with my students' success. Like, I want people to be successful with it, and you can give. It's kind of like I can give people all the knowledge, but there's a lot of personal development that needs to happen along with, with making and selling. Like, there's some, like, should everybody do a craft fair? There's different personality types where probably you're not going to be successful at a craft fair. Should you, so I go into those different things, and people can really glean on. I don't want to overwhelm people, so I try to streamline it. But like, how do we get the result that you desire, right?
Yeah. One of the key points you just said that it's that personal development. It's you have to think in a different way. So I want Liberty to talk a little bit, because I haven't done it as much lately with the team, but I did a lot of coaching with the team at IDC. Julianne, Liberty, Adam, and Richard. I coached him independently, but Liberty, talk about that a little bit, the coaching and what you kind of learned from that, from being coming into like that kind of business mindset, how it shifts your way of thinking, and why that's important to have that mindset shift.
I like to look at it as some low risk learning, because I'm not the one running the business, but I'm still getting the lessons. And I mean, it's sucks for you when you have to learn a lesson business wise sometimes, but that has been one of the helpful things as well. I've been a part of a lot of businesses at the very beginning. Nothing at this level, and getting to essentially safely observe the ins and outs of the business and how the business changes as the business grows. You can't keep operating the same way, when you're 2 people versus when you're 6 people. The team has to change, the load has to adjust, and that's the same throughout the entire business, is that you can't operate the same way. And that's been a huge learning deal for me. I haven't been able to just get stuck in a groove, and I get stuck in a groove, or I get bored when I get stuck in a groove. Yeah. So that's been good. Something's always changing, something's always updating, something's always new. And honestly, it's Garrett constantly popping in from the very beginning, like, of working here. He would just pop into, here's this big business spiel that I have, and here's this example, and here's this, and here's this. And yeah, I didn't sit there and go to a class or anything, but at the same time, like, you know, I got to learn a lot without truly seeking it out, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's I would, if you don't mind me chiming in, I think,
Yeah.
like, you know, Liberty, what you just described, and it's great that you, you know, recognize it. Like the lessons that you're able to learn, like I think the way you said it at the beginning, you know, it's cheap learning. And that is, it's the best way to learn, first of all, with experience. But second of all,
Exactly.
there's risk involved, right? Like anytime you put yourself out there to sell something, it doesn't matter what it is, there's risk involved. And so limiting those risks is a great idea. And if you can do it, like it makes me, one of the things that makes me most nervous is when someone tells me they quit their full-time job to start a woodworking business. I'm like, oh boy, like it's, I just, not that they can't do it. That's not the point. But the
Right.
point is like, you know, learn while you have a safety net, right? Yes, learn while you have a safety net. Don't jump
Exactly.
before
Well,
you know.
you know what? I did. I jumped, but you know, it's my when I jumped, I was in a really dark space, and I like realized I can't do this anymore. This is not me, and so I literally jumped. It took 2 years, and but you know, here I am. I got the mentoring, I paid a lot of money for mentoring, but that shifted everything for me. So the whole point of what we're talking about here, folks, is if you want to make money in CNC, it's not just, hey, let's just start making something and go do it. It basically, what you're doing is you're throwing mud at the wall because you really don't. You have to get the mindset, and that's one of the things that this Kickstarter course is talking about. What Andy was just talking about. So important. All your business starts up here. All of it. Once you have that mind, yeah.
You know what keeps me up at night? Knowing that I am the limiting factor of my business.
Yes. Yes.
Up here.
Yep.
Yep.
That's the other thing. Yeah. So it's a big deal. If you really want to get successful in business, if you just try to do it on your own, without all business people find mentors. All right.
Yes.
And we pay money for those mentors. We're buying their skill, but we're also buying speed. We're buying the mindset shifting, and it's not easy to do that.
Absolutely.
And that's why it's a big deal. So a couple of people, let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah. MT, and so he's working the Kickstart course now. Awesome.
Sweet.
And there's another one, KRLF 1045. I'm a member and loving it. Doing the inlay this weekend.
Yep. So the CNC Kickstart, which is, you know, I have the side hustle and the Kickstart.
Okay, so he's talking about the Kickstarter.
Yep, he's talking about the Kickstart, which we'll talk about here coming up in a minute.
Yeah.
You know, Garrett, the other thing too is I don't want to intimidate anybody, because when we named the CNC side hustle, we intentionally named it that because there is a difference between a full-blown business and a side hustle, right? And I think they're at their core, there's a difference. And you can make money. There's a lot of people out there. People in the comments, let us know if you're making money through CNC, and it doesn't have to be your full-time thing. And your approach can be a little less, I don't know, a little less planned, and a little less like structured or professional, like, you know, because there's just a difference between I'm a like you and I, Garrett, where we're entrepreneurs, and like this is what we're doing. And hey, I want to make a couple things and sell them on the side. So don't feel like you need to jump off the deep end or jump into the deep end. But I teach all that in the side hustle. And some people just want to pay for their machine. They just want to pay for their hobby.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like,
not at all.
Some people want to give their family a better Christmas. There's nothing wrong with that. Your approach, changes based on your goals. And that's why I encourage people, think about your goal first. Like, what do you want this to be? If you want to replace your day job income, you're going to have to approach it a lot differently than if you want some beer money.
Yep. Yeah. You're so there's two kinds of people out there when it comes to business. There's the consumer and there's the business side, right? So it's a completely different way of thinking. Yeah. By the way, I forgot. I think we're doing a special giveaway tonight, so folks, you'll have to hang out. Lumber said Andy's helped me pay for my machine several times over. I love that comment. That's the one that's like, yes, that got to my heart there.
Yep. Zach is Zach has been one of my supporters from the very beginning. Like, he was one of the first ones in my CNC Inner Circle community. I was just a free community where we support each other. And it's a Discord community. And so it's mutual. He has supported me, and I've supported him in his journey as well. So that's amazing that we're able to do that.
Yeah. Just stepping back to, as Liberty was sharing some of the stuff that I've shared, and when I bring people on, they need to be like A players, self-drivers. They correct their way, they take self-responsibility, ownership, and my job has been to groom them to run the business, right? And so they're like they do virtually run the business now, and now it's to pull them into innovation space. All right. So, but Liberty's getting ready to get her machine fired up and start getting more content out. So that'll be cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Liberty.
go ahead.
Liberty and I should get together and do a collab project. I mean,
we should.
I mean, Garrett, we can too. I mean, I'm not excluding
No.
you.
No. It's so the thing with Liberty is, well, number one, she her social skills are like through the roof, and she loves to learn, and she fills a niche, an area in the CNC space that's not really filled. The females, the young people, and it's needed, and she's got the drive to do it. So perfect, do it.
Yeah,
I'm not offended. My job is to hand the baton off. So here's one. I have a full-time job, but my shop is the place I love to be. Sometimes I wonder what I'd do without it. I started about 6 years ago, and I hope woodworking becomes my full-time job soon.
Awesome. Yeah. That's great. And that's your goal. So if you want that to be a reality, you can't treat it as a hobby. If you give it hobby level effort, that doesn't produce full-time income, right? So I think that's one of the things I like least about the journey that I've been on is that I've ruined my hobby. I used to love to make things, and now it's not that I don't. I am, like I said, I'm blessed. But when I have to make something, and I don't feel like it, then it's work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. So folks, bottom line is some people there's a few that get really lucky and they fall right into it.
Yes.
But that's few and far between. The thing is, number one, getting the mindset going in the right direction. Number two is figuring out how to figure out what kind of product to sell, where to sell it, and what not to sell. And thinking of the concept of production versus specialty items. And that's two different ball games right there. So
Yep.
yeah. So you know what? Yeah. So let's handle a few questions, but first, folks, I just want to say, just remind them about the sweepstakes thing. Liberty, you want to let them know how much time we have left from the concession prize and what that concession prize is?
It's till tonight, right?
Yeah. So we did the giveaway
Okay.
last week of the 20-piece set.
I just wanted to make sure that it was ending tonight. Yeah, so that's 10% off all IDC Woodcraft branded products. There's a link in the comments as well as the description, and you can order yours today until midnight. I assume it ends at midnight. So
And use that link, and that will automatically give you the 10% off. Yeah, ends at midnight. So if you're watching this after midnight Eastern Standard Time, from 10/29, then it won't be good. That link won't, that discount won't be good. All right, Andy, let's knock out some questions.
Let's do it.
You want to start
all
hammering?
right.
All right.
Gary Lynn, if you guys are from Michigan, please post what city you are from. We are trying to put together a group from here, meets and greets. Maybe we can sweet talk Julianne to help with email addresses and phone numbers.
Yeah.
I think this is a great idea. So yeah, if anybody's in the Michigan area, go ahead and comment and see what you can do to get in touch with Gary Lynn there.
I was from Michigan, but that was 12 years
right,
ago.
that's right.
Okay.
That's right.
I grew up in Michigan, so yeah.
Yep. I've had several comments about that over the years, people wanting to know how to find people locally. And so just seeing this from Gary, and Gary's asked about this several times now. So, and I think there's a nice need. So we'll put that together. We'll make that, Julianne, we'll just probably put that in Q1 to do that. See, when you're talking business, we're talking quarters.
Yep.
Right. And so we set up our quarterly goals. I'm working more towards annual goals. But anyway, yeah, I think that's something to do. That would require special stuff because we got to make sure it's secure. We don't want everybody's information to go out to everybody. So, all right.
And I just want to note that Blaze GBS is also in on that Michigan meetup with Gary Lynn. So,
Okay.
yeah. Yep, we need some sort of map. All right, Richard Schrader, what's the best bit to use for a smooth cleanup after using the Beast for the first profile cut through to get clean sides?
Okay. Bit that I can run at full pass depth. Well, the Beast is a quarter inch.
Full pass depth is.
Yeah. Andy, you have the Beast, don't you?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Have you run that yet?
I have.
Yeah. So maybe you can help answer that question then.
Yeah.
So well, first of all, the Beast is a roughing bit. It's designed to remove a lot of material, take the workload off of your like up cuts, down cuts, and just hog the material out really fast. It's intended to save a lot of time.
I thought I had one right here, but it must be in the shop. But,
Okay.
yeah. So it really just it depends on the scenario, right? And Garrett, you can help me here, but if you the Beast is technically an upcut bit, right?
Yes.
So you could maybe follow it with a downcut bit. A like you're just a quarter-inch down cut bit to clean up the walls at full depth.
Yep.
You can do like if you're doing pocketing, you can do a pocket allowance, and you can leave a couple thou, and then come back and remove that with the downcut bit.
Yeah. So Andy's right on it. So the Beast is this bit right here. It's designed to remove a lot of material really fast, and you can see it's got that knurled tooth on it, so it leaves a little bit of a rough edge. So you want to offset that cut a bit, and then it's a quarter-inch upcut bit. You come in behind it with a down cutter. If you just leave a little bit of material on there, you can go full depth on your just one pass.
Yeah, so I'm sure we're going to talk about the video a little bit that I released on Sunday, but I mean, if you haven't, check it out. You can see the material removal rates that I was pushing, full depth pass on those. Like you can take a 50% step over at, it depends on the machine, but at a pretty good speed and not have to, worry about. The bit can handle it. Now, it depends on machine setup, depends on a lot of different things, surface finish, work holding, dust, like all those things. But the bit can handle it at a full depth.
Yeah. So you released that video on Sunday where you tested several CNC bits.
Yes.
And you kind of ran them all side by side just to see who won out. And before the show, Andy was talking to me. He said, "Garrett, if your bit broke, I would, it's like it doesn't matter whose it would be. If it broke it, you're like, shoot, I'm testing this, and they're going to be on it, and I got to tell them. It's like, what do I do? And for me, it's like I said, it's data. If that's what if you had a break, then by all means, put it in there. So it's just is what it is."
Yeah. So the test, real quick, the most brutal test to me. So we went all the way up to 1,000 inches per minute, 1,000 inches per minute at a 5/8 depth of cut, and we're slotting. So that is like there is no step over. Like it is 100% bit engaged, right? Which was crazy. But so we did that. But the one that I really liked was the first one we did, which was we did Purple Heart, and we just took the face off of Purple Heart at a 50% step over, 300 inches per minute. And you could see the bits really like it was I wish I had a slow-mo camera. But that was a brutal test. I mean, Purple Heart is twice as hard as White Oak at 300 inches per minute at a 50% step over at a full depth pass.
Yeah, I've not cut Purple Heart, so I'm going to trust you on that. I got Rosewood over here that I haven't cut yet. That's Rosewood's a pretty hard wood too. Yeah, you're getting some good comments here about putting that video out.
Awesome.
The people were glad. People were glad to put those that you put it out. And I mean, it's nice that IDC Woodcraft won the show, but that wouldn't have stopped you from being on this if we were at the bottom. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and I don't think any of those people are in here, but just to reiterate, like I Liberty knows I bought that bit actually, but I think Liberty's probably the only one. Liberty, did I order that bit just like everybody else would?
Yep. I saw your name come across. I love it when it's not one that we put together, because we do like to support each other and we send out stuff and we trade stuff with different creators and stuff. But I do love when one comes across that I wasn't expecting. It's kind of like, oh.
Yeah. So I went incognito on all these companies and ordered their products. I felt like I was doing something wrong, but it was part of the test. I didn't want them to give me their best bit. I wanted it to be like what anybody else would order.
Totally random.
And so it was great. And I'm so glad that the community loved it. That was the point. And honestly, Garrett, like IDC won, but like it was just very eye-opening. I learned so much from that. And I'm going to do a follow-up video about like the 5 things I learned about running bits at 1,000 inches per minute, because I learned a lot. And it was just great. It was great to see. And I'm going to say it. It's also great to see. I love this. And I think the community loves it too. Small businesses, like really small businesses, like creator businesses, are able to produce and support a product that multi-million-dollar machining tool companies, like the really big names out there. I think it's fantastic that IDC and Cadence and CIC exist, and the quality of product matches or surpasses that of people, these massive manufacturers, right?
Mhm.
And I think that's fantastic. I think that's great.
Yeah. On that note, I love the idea too that we're here when you're talking about like Ryan, CIC, me, us. We're not just doing the stuff. We're out here helping people too.
Yep.
When you get the big companies, they're not out here in the community. They're not getting on the phone talking to people. Liberty's talking to people, every day. That's part of the customer service.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that was pretty cool, and I'll be interested to see what you learned on that from doing that.
Okay, and one more thing on that, real quick, is I do have another test video that we're working on. So we're doing it again. I'm taking, and it's all community, like all the feedback that we got from that video and that we're getting from that video. So if you have any feedback, put it in the chat or put it, send it to us somehow. And we're going even further. Like we've got a lot of great comments of people like, I really would have liked to see this. Like, okay, we can do that. So there's another one coming.
All right, cool. Let's handle a few more questions. Then we're going to talk about your Kickstarter and what that does. Folks, I just want to remind you, we do have a giveaway tonight, a special giveaway. So you definitely want to be on board here. And also, hey, if you are enjoying this so far, give us a thumbs up here. Do we have any, I thought I saw that maybe did somebody make a donation in there at all? Yeah, there we go. Got a super sticker from William. All right, William. So this is going to go towards our Thanksgiving meal. So ladies, we're going to have to order like something for Thanksgiving. We'll do it in-house. By the way, folks, I think we got a birthday coming up in IDC. Ooh. All right, William, thank you so much, brother. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's see. Let's get a good question.
Liberty
here.
doesn't tell people, but it's her birthday's this Friday, folks. Just letting you know. You don't have to send her a birthday card or anything.
Somebody said, I think your birthday's coming up or something. I said, I ain't said nothing about it. It's been Garrett.
All me was talking about that.
Oh, no. I have something at the shop. I'll have to show it next week. I did receive another birthday gift in the mail. I will show it next week on the live.
Okay.
This is how dedicated some of our watchers are. Miles Crystal, hello, watching from the hospital. Welcome, Bailey May.
Congrats.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations. Yeah, I want to bring this one up. So, okay, so let's handle this. So, because sometimes it's hard to get hold of us, right? Because they're technically a three-man team. All the emails get filtered through first because there's so many emails come through, and we get these emails from China all the time. Hey, dear, we have this awesome laser we want to start selling you, and you want you to promote and stuff. All right, so let's handle this, Liberty.
So real quick, I already went through and checked in on this, and one of the things I'm going to say is, with Garrett, we get so many emails and so many calls a day. I try and answer as many as I can, but I will call back the ones that are an order issue or the package is lost, things like that. More so the questions, I try and gear them towards the email because then we can answer at random times when we have 5 minutes to answer. And that way you can read it whenever you have time. But his question is, give me just a second.
So let's bring this up. Oh, go ahead, Liberty. Go ahead.
Okay. Do you sell a 1/8 spiral upcut with a 1/4 inch shaft? Which is a no. We do have some 1/4 inch down cuts with the 1/8 inch or 1/8 inch down cuts with a 1/4 inch shank. Yeah. and 16th inch down cut with the 1/4 inch shank, but we do not have up cuts. And then also looking for a 1/16 inch tapered ball tip with a 1/4 inch shank and a 1/32 radius.
So yeah, that's well. So right now the taper balls, we have the
Yeah.
two that we are we're bringing online soon longer taper ball nose, so you get into the thing. But the 32nd tip, that would be the fine detail taper ball nose. So we'll link that here. All right. Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah.
we apologize. We try and get back to you as quickly as we can and try and be as responsive as we can. There's just a lot of you, and we love you all, and we want to give you all the time and attention we can.
Yeah, we are starting to work on getting somebody else in to handle that stuff and field that. So, but there's going to be some training involved in that because there is so much. Andy, how do you handle all your emails?
Miranda, my administrative assistant, all of them get filtered through her, and then she takes the ones that are hers, and then filters the rest either to me. We actually have for course support, we have another person that handles course specific emails. So it's like Miranda's our routing machine. And then routes them through, and then that's how we handle it.
Yep, I absolutely need it. When you get so many, you got to filter your emails. So they get filtered to Liberty, they'll get filtered to Julianne, they'll get filtered to me. They get,
yeah. So Garrett, I think this is something that stood out to me a long time ago. I think you said it's like, and it's so true. I think I was watching the live. I wasn't on it, but you were like we literally could spend all of our time answering emails with customer support. Like that's how much there is.
Yes.
But that obviously doesn't drive the business forward. It's important, but there are other responsibilities as well. Like Liberty, if you just did customer service all day, no one would get their bits.
Yeah, exactly. And I literally could spend over 13 hours a day just answering the phone and responding to emails, and that's after they've been filtered.
Yeah, folks. So when it comes to business, it's life of the business on the backside. It's not like anybody ever wants to. I mean, the IDC Woodcraft is a customer-driven business, value-based business. So the people I bring on here, like Andy and everybody else. I've got criteria, and if it's kind of hard to if companies are just out there to sell, it, right? And they're just out there to make a buck, it. And it's like I don't want to be engaged. I don't want to affiliate with them. I don't want to partner with them. And I've had plenty of them try, but they just don't have it. All right, they don't have the passion behind them. All right, we got a lot more questions. Let's hammer a couple more.
Thank you, Richard. All right, here's another Richard Schrader question. If I upgrade Vectric tool database, which my dropdown is asking, will I lose my IDC database as well as my customized list?
No. So when you update it, you should get the update file and a link to instructions. And that instruction is going to there's going to be a video. It's going to walk you through how to do it so that you don't lose your stuff. It'll just update.
Right. Tazzle Dazzle here from Chesapeake, Virginia. Question for you, Garrett. When will the Pro Router 20-piece set be available? I want to use my 10% discount on this, but it expires today. So I can answer that question, actually. I always recommend hit the notify me when available button. And that way you will get notified right away when anything gets restocked that you are seeking. The problem with something like a set is that it's likely that one bit in the set is out of stock. So when that one bit gets restocked, that's when you'll get that. And so you'll want to just purchase it while those bits are in stock because it's a set of our most popular bits, to be fair. So those ones go individually a lot as well. So I would just hit that notify me when available. I'd I'd have to double check on the exact bits that are out of stock and the exact bits that are coming in, but a couple weeks at max, hopefully.
So what he wants to do is he wants to use that 10% discount.
Yeah, so it's unfortunately I don't have the bits for it.
Yeah. Okay. We will we'll work on that then. We will, because what Liberty has established, like she said, when we have it in stock, but if one, like the other set, right? If we're out of stock on a bit, she'll send you everything else, then send the other bit to you when it comes into stock. So we'll have to do it with that.
The reason we're hesitant to do that is that does add a lot of work onto us, as well as a lot of frustration and confusion with the customers.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Gets a little crazy. Maybe we'll set up the Pro set the way we set up the Truly Complete set. So it's never technically out of stock, but we'll just have bits on back order. You know, folks, I want to bring Julianne in for a second because I want to talk about how difficult it is to manage inventory and bits and the craziness of that. So Julianne, what we're ordering, we're monitoring inventory all the time, and it's like, what happens?
I really want to say no comment because my stress level will just go up as I talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, considering everything else that we do, it's quite a bit to manage, but especially since a lot of our products like bits, calipers, T-tracks, the new trimming bars we're going to bring online, all of those are coming from different vendors. So that's conversations in between me and them. That's conversations in between, not you, conversations in between the shipping staff. Like, what are we out of? Do we, add it to the board? Our automated system popping up bits that we may need to go ahead and get on order. Contacting and seeing where they're at in production, because our bits, all of our products constantly in production. And so it's just a matter of wait times. Is the carbide getting in? How long is it going to take for that to get in? How long is it going to take for you guys to carve that out? How long is shipping going to take? So it's a very long process that we try to expedite for you guys, but there's still probably going to be a waiting period and all of that. And then it comes back in stock and boom, it's already out of stock again because everybody decided to buy it up. Get those notifications.
And it's constantly increasing the orders.
Yep.
I mean, we spend a lot of money on our tooling.
Indeed.
What's the biggest check we've ever? $78,000 to get
it
inventory?
Was 81,000. I think it was close to 80.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like the biggest check I ever wrote in my life. I tell you.
That's a interesting.
Buying a whole house right there.
Yeah, that's an interesting check to write, Andy.
Yeah. I haven't ever done that, so.
Right.
It was,
all right. Okay, let's handle it. You'll get there eventually. Let's handle a few more questions. We got a lot of them in the queue, and then we got to talk about your Kickstarter course.
Yes.
All right, how do I cut a 20-degree angle using my CNC router? The material I want to cut is pine wood, 3/4 inch thick, 5 inches wide, 16 inches long. I want to make this angle cut all the way through the wood at one end.
Andy, are you a Vectric guy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is where you use the molding toolpath. If you want to get that angle, all right, you're going to have to do a molding toolpath. Running through that here would take too long. So, Julianne, will you find Mark Lindsay's video on the molding toolpath? Also, the video I did for this. This is a molding toolpath, and it walks you through it there too. So maybe you can get the game board. Andy, you got anything on molding toolpaths? Or do you don't really dive deep into the Vectric stuff? You're more
yeah.
You're more procedural.
Yeah, you and Kyle have that locked down. So I've never used a molding toolpath either. So you guys are the experts.
Yeah. Molding Toolpath.
If I get a Vectric question, I just send them to Kyle.
Yeah. Yep. You can definitely do the molded. You can definitely do that 20-degree angle. You'll need a ball nose bit, like 1/4-inch ball nose bit to do it.
Yeah.
To make it run right. But okay, next. Liberty. What else you got? Oh, she's talking. Okay.
Sorry, dealing with the kiddo for a second.
Okay.
All right. Is the SVG file the best to import to Vectric?
All right. Is the SVG file the best to import to Vectric?
Oh,
It
SVG.
depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, I prefer
Depends
SVG
on what you
over
need.
DXF.
But yeah.
SVG is a transfer file, right? It's a transfer format that all design programs can export, and you can import it into your other design program.
Yep.
Yeah, so SVG will work.
Yeah, I use SVGs for all my, if I'm importing designs or exporting. I don't use DXFs typically.
Okay. So let's handle one more question. We're going to talk about your. Okay, so first of all, David said, "How do you sign on to the sweepstakes?" So, David, the sweepstakes is over. That was last week, right? But we'll do another one of those. But it'll probably be at the turn of the year, maybe January, February. There's a lot involved in getting that together too. Everything we do is takes a lot of effort. Andy knows it, and
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do one more question, and let's talk about Andy's Kickstarter course, because that's really for the brand new creators who are getting in there and you just can't find your path, and so to figure out how to make it all come together. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's do one more question.
Mr. Weaver, Liberty, can you send my recent order, if it hasn't gone out yet, to arrive November 4th? If you are the Mr. Weaver that I located the most recent order of, unfortunately, it has already gone out the door. If you want things held off, I would recommend sending us an email or, and I know sometimes things just happen, but yeah, always try and send us an email. But it's likely that we've gotten it already out the door. 9 times out of 10, by the time somebody asks, we've already gotten it out the door.
Mm-hmm.
It's that lightning fast shipping.
That's yeah, they're on it. The only time they don't ship something so what's your order frame? What's your frame when like from when to when in a 24-hour period? Oh, we just lost her. So anyway, well, once she comes back in. All right, well, Andy, let's. So, folks, you're hearing this. You're seeing in the comments, like what Randy said, drink. So, what that means is it's this little thing that started from Mark Lindsay. If we ask Julianne to throw a link in the comments, then it's an automatic take a drink, and we got people on it, man, in the comments. It's so awesome that they're keeping us all in line with the drinking thing.
Nice.
All right. Liberty, what just on the shipping thing? What is your the window? What's the cutoff for shipping? Like when you ship like that day?
Like what time?
Yeah.
So I mean, to be completely honest with you, it's very, very dependent. But I will tell you this: most orders are done by 9 a.m. The rest of the orders that go out the rest of the day are ones I'm fixing, ones that are replacements, the ones that have been lost in shipment, ones that there was, something missing from their order or things like that. Because again, the rest of the day is spent on customer service or other stuff.
All right, cool. All right. Let's see. All right. Well, Andy, let's talk about your Kickstarter. So, so talk about what your Kickstarter is, why you put it together, who it's for, and so what was your passion behind it?
Yeah, so it really started after we released the side hustle, and I realized that although I touch on machine operating and workflows in the side hustle, really that's about making, but heavily on selling. And so I was getting a lot of questions on How do I do this? How do I do that? Just like you do, right? And so I started looking out there, and I was like, you know what? We need to put something together where, like, there's nothing in our space that teaches someone, other than random YouTube videos, that teaches someone new to operate their CNC. And there's nothing wrong with YouTube videos, but there's just no efficient way. Like, how do I go from this to this? And I call it kind of the marketing, but really serious lingo that I came up with is like, how do I get someone, and this was the whole premise, how do I get someone from nothing to that, holding that first project in their hand? And I call it the first project feeling. We all know what we're talking about, right?
Totally, yeah.
Like, how do I get someone with no experience to that first project feeling? And so that was our whole premise. And so then it went into, we spent 5 months developing this course. We started January 1, and it didn't launch until July, but we were done writing it in 5 months and recording it. And so we spent a lot of time on this. And part of the problem was there's so many machines. There's so many softwares. There's so I was like, okay, I want any machine, any software, I want this to be beneficial to that, right? And anybody with any machine setup, they're able to take this course and get that first project feeling. And that was a challenge. I think we nailed it and we did a really good job. I will say that the course leans towards Vectric and Carbide Create, which are two major players. I guess the only one we're leaving out, which if there's enough demand, we can go back and do it, is Carveco. But I haven't had a bunch of people come to me and asking for that. So between Vectric and Carbide Create, I think we cover a wide range of the CNC market, hobby market. And I do it on 3 different levels of machines. So I use Jimitsu 440 Pro Max, which is like an $800 CNC machine. And then I use my Shapeoko 5 Pro. And then I use my Avid 5x10. And so what we did, this is a long explanation, but what we did is we came up and it's like, okay, what are the procedures? No matter what machine you're using, no matter what software you're using, what do we have to do to get from nothing to our first finished project? So at its core, the course is 6 projects that increase in difficulty. Each one is to build a different skill set. So we start, the first project is building a cutter caddy. The second one is, which is just basically really basic toolpaths, one tool. And then it progresses. We do VCarving. We make a tray. And then I brought in Browenwood, which is basically our neighbor. He's not far from you, Garrett. He's between you and me, so we know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All 3 of us got to get together then.
Yeah. My good friend Browenwood, he came to the shop and we did a VCarve, or we did an inlay. Basically, we did an inlay project. All those projects are kind of up here.
Okay.
But we'll drop the link. Oh, we're going to have to drink if I say this. I'm sure Julianne will drop the link, and you can see all of this on the sales link landing page.
Yep. There you go. I like it. Someone else give Julianne the command. Put that link in there for the Kickstarter course. Julianne's in the background going, yeah.
Yeah. So I know that's kind of like the long-winded explanation, but at the end of the day, it's 6 projects, 7 including the inlay project, and it's meant to teach you the basics. It's meant, its name, to kickstart your CNC skills. And we call it, the workflow, the ultimate CNC workflow to get started fast. And that was to remove friction for people to get going. Because Garrett, I think you might, I think you'll agree with me. It's okay if you don't, but once we get people that, my premise is once we get people that first project feeling, they're hooked. They're hooked. Once they make that first project and they see it and they're like, oh my goodness, it went from my head to the screen. And now I'm holding it in real life. I made this.
That is such an awesome feeling.
Yes.
And
I think after that, if we can get them to that point, the overall CNC market, like hobby CNC market, explodes because the amount of projects that are made and the amount of it just helps everybody. So that's the whole premise of the CNC Kickstart. So
yeah. Okay. So Duck said, I remember standing in front of my CNC after assembly and thinking, now what? How do I tell it to make what I want?
Yeah.
Right. And that kind of encompasses exactly what you're intending to do there with your Kickstarter course. And so Julianne put a thing on the bottom here. I got a 20% discount on it using the code IDC20 as you see it there.
So that's just for this show. People that are here for the show, it's good for the next 24 hours. And so take 20% off the Kickstart course just for being a part of the stream. And
that's a nice deal. Thank you for offering that, Andy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. All right. We've got a lot of questions still hanging out here. So folks, the ones that are throwing out questions now, there's no way we can get to them because there's so many out here. So if you're thinking of asking a question now, we're just not going to get to it. So Wayne said, hi, everyone. Would anyone know if I can power a dust collector and or an electric garage heater if I have only 110 running to my garage? So you're gonna have to add up the amperage and see if your breakers can handle it and if you have independent circuits. So, but maybe the folks can help answer that out there. Long and short question. Modified work BCNC with an Arduino-based controller. What would be the best post processor to use in Vectric? I would say the GRBL post.
Yep.
When you say, okay, so find a post processor that says GRBL, and there's one for inch and there's one for millimeters.
Yeah, make sure you pick the right one that matches your units. Otherwise, you'll be like, what in the heck is going on?
Yep. Yeah. Arduino is the GRBL unit. So, okay, Liberty, you're back on board. Oh, there's a few questions up higher that I didn't get to. Okay.
Yeah, let's get some questions. Okay. Your CNC Kickstart gave me a strong start, Andy. If you were able to update the course for today's makers, what would the new lesson or focus that would you add?
I love that
new
question.
lesson or focus would you add?
So we've talked about, I haven't shared this publicly yet, but we've talked about adding on to the course, just adding more projects. So every project, the cool thing about the projects that come with the course is there's a training video, like step by step, like you're almost like you're standing next to me. That's how we filmed it. And so I'm doing everything very slowly, not like YouTube where it's fast paced, right? But it's very slow. These are like 45-minute tutorial videos for each project. But also each project comes with a project playbook, which gives you the material you need, the bits you need. And it's also written instructions like step by step. So someone can take that to their machine and do it. So we've thought about creating other projects, unique projects, and creating playbooks for them and just keep adding to that library. That way you can build up and create more things. The more projects, the better. Yeah.
At the end of the day, there is a very specific process. Doesn't matter what design software you use, what have you. There's a very specific process, and so you've built that course. So you can stay in that specific, but you can use whatever software. And
Exactly.
and then it's just practice, and that's when you're adding the stuff.
Hey, Garrett, you know what you would like this real quick, Garrett. You know what we base this on?
What?
Another premise we base this on is when you're in a machine shop or a production setting, and you're the new guy. You're a new hire. You don't have 30 years machining experience. You're the new guy. What is the first job a new guy gets in a machine shop?
First job that he gets in the machine shop is put this part in there, hit the button. Yes. And just trust that the machine's supposed to do what it's supposed to do.
Yes. And so someone else with knowledge has programmed that machine to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the whole point, is like, let's create that for them, create that scenario for them to where as easy as possible to where they can put a piece of wood on their machine, hit go, and it creates the part. But we teach them the process. We teach them how to do it. So now they're like, okay, that's what a pocketing toolpath does, or that's what a VCarve does. Now I can go into my software and I'm like, I know, like setting up a VCarve in software, I know what that equals in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was the whole, like, okay, we need to teach them how to operate their machine first. And yeah, you can tell I'm passionate about it, but but yeah, that's what we did. So,
all right. Next. Okay.
Rich Tapper, I'm looking at the Ripper Pro 1/2-inch roughing end mill, 1/2-inch shank. What's the difference between the Pro and the one on closeout? Well, the difference, sir, would be that one was delivered to us improperly cut, so it has too short of a shank. Its shank is really, really short, so it's up to your own risk on whether you want to try that or not. That's the difference.
Yeah.
And then Andy, we're getting a lot of the link is saying expired, code saying expired. So
checking on it right now.
He's on that. He is on it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So when you see bits on closeout, they're generally sample bits. They didn't quite get to the specs that I wanted them to. Maybe the shank was a little short, like Liberty said, but it doesn't fall out of scope where you can't chuck it up, right? Because we got those ones that had a shank that was like that long. And like, what do you guys cut them like that for? And the 1/2-inch bit and the shank was like that long. Going, why are you even sending this to us? We had to scrap them out. We couldn't even put them on closeout. All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Get this for you guys. Yeah, it should.
All right.
Yeah, so
Question: when routing to do a straight run, how do you set it to do a second run in the same direction? I'm new to this. The second run needs to be parallel to the first, 1/8-inch depth, or 1/8-inch bit depth, 8.5 millimeters.
The straight run. He wants to come back and do the same run in the same direction. Oh, so I think the software, what it does is like the Vectric software. It'll come over and go across, then go back down and go back again. I'd have to check that out. But what I would say is if that's doing that to you, you can't seem to get it to come back to the other side, I would duplicate the tool path and just change the cut depth. If that makes sense. And next week we'll maybe dive into the Vectric software a little bit more. When we have Kyle on board, we can talk about that kind of stuff. I was trying to get Kate up next week, but all right. Next.
All right. If you are out of stock on an item, can we still order it with the 10% discount and have it delivered once it's back in stock? The item in question, which we already discussed this for him, but I will just hit on the pre-order type thing. Our system currently does not allow a pre-order. We're not in the space to allow pre-orders right now or ordering while something's out of stock.
So to Liberty's I made an executive decision that we will not pre-order because that really throws monkey wrenches in the whole process for us. And if we had probably a couple more people, one person I want to add to on IDC is a technical sourcing person, because I do it. Julianne does it. It takes a lot of time, but so we do not pre-order. So unfortunately, we've lost that. I don't like it when we run into that. I hate it when we run into that, when they want to get that and the 10%. So folks, we had a giveaway last week, the 20-piece CNC router bit, the all-in pro set, and I did a giveaway, and then we gave a consolation prize. And that consolation prize was 10% off for everybody else. And it's 10% off of all the IDC Woodcraft branded products. And the question that's coming up is, a couple of people want that 20-piece set with a 10% discount. I would say just make sure you get on the CNC Insiders email list. Just get on the CNC Insiders email list. Okay, that's all I can say. Get on the CNC Insiders email list. Don't take that as a hint or anything.
Just do it.
Just do it.
All right. Quick answer to this question. Silly Dog Lover Cross Stitcher 3727. How often do you do these live Q&As? Every single week. Our wonderful guest, Andy, is a guest occasionally. We have other guests like Kyle Ely from Learn Your CNC and Kate Tucker from Women Who CNC and so on. But the Q&A happens every single week. Garrett will be here every week. I am here most weeks. Julianne is here every week. So, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Next question. Buford. Should you home your machine in the middle of a project or only after the project is done? So my question would be, is like, are you talking about in between like different toolpaths and different like bits that you're using? I would say home it every time. Every time your machine isn't running, I home it. That's just me checking that it knows where it is, and that makes sure where my X, Y, and Z is, like double checking all that stuff. But do you guys have a different opinion on that?
Yep. I actually like that practice that Liberty does. I do it too. Is if I'm doing a tool change, I just home the machine again. It's not necessary really, but if the machine just happens to lose its position just a little bit, that can throw you off. So yeah, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be extra cautious.
All right.
We got some questions in here for Andy.
Hit me with them. I'm just making sure this code is working for everyone. I did test it out on my end. I went to the website and put the code in, and it is working. So maybe if it's not working on your end, refresh the page and try it again.
Okay.
All right. Joseph Ireland, been trying to learn about using textures. I've been creating some interesting patterns, but they are always too deep. Can you provide some guidance on this?
We don't have the time to cover that tonight, unfortunately. So I'm not very good with the textures. I haven't played a whole lot with that. What we want to do is watch for Kyle Ely, and you'll get that. Julianne, do we have Kyle scheduled again already? He comes in about every 2 months. Okay, so when is he coming in? Do you know? Can you look that up? Okay. All right. So we get Kyle Ely here about every 2 months, and he'll answer all your Vectric questions. I want to answer this one real quick. How do we order the IDC Woodcraft tramming tool? So that is going to be coming online very shortly. But if you remember at the beginning of this video, I said anybody within a 2-hour radius of Madison, Indiana, get hold of us if you have a fiber laser, because we need our tramming tool to be branded, laser branded on it. It's aluminum. And so we got to get our brand on there before we actually make it available. So email Garrett at idcwoodcraft.com. Say, I've got a fiber laser that you asked about on the Wednesday show. And please send this message to Julianne, and then we'll be taken care of. And then we'll get the tramming tool. So I figure what? If we get that fiber laser going or that laser stuff going, another 2 weeks.
Nice.
Okay. Kyle Ely's coming on November 26th. That's my birthday.
Hey.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Hey, it's my birthday a week from Liberty's, November 7th.
7th.
Oh, yours is wow. Okay.
Hell yeah.
What else we have?
Happy early birthday to you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Make note of that,
Thanks,
Julianne.
thanks.
I'm sure she already has note of that.
Yeah. All right. We got to start knocking out some of the higher level questions just because we're coming close to the end of the show. So, folks, those that we didn't get to, we do apologize. First of all, so Andy's Kickstarter course that we just talked about. If you're new to CNC, like, okay, so John, right? He's new to CNC. Yeah. And he wants to make a pizza peel. So John, if you're brand new, you're already trying to get too advanced, right? But if you cut a few things, then you can do it. So what do you say about this, Andy?
What size surface? I mean, I think Garrett, I know you've given the advice of like buy the biggest machine you can afford.
Yeah,
because-
I'm always about buy your blast machine first, but I get it. You know, if you don't know, but he's doing a 16-inch pizza peel.
Yeah,
You can get like the Shark Liberty. What do you got? The 520, the Shark
Yeah, that
520,
one.
or the 510?
510.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm gonna say a
right.
2x2, 24x24 workspace. Is probably it's a good size, right?
24 by
Yeah,
24.
I'll be making some pizza peels on mine. It has more than enough space.
Yep. And do we have Shark tools, Shark machines on our site yet? No. Okay. No. Darn. We're working on it. All right. What else we got? Let's
See.
find a couple more.
I'll let you pick out the questions and I can read them for you if you want. I don't know.
So why don't I sell the Tree of Life STL? I don't have an STL Tree of Life. We got the design Tree of Life. I mean, I can make that available. That's the one I etched in glass long time ago. That came out so cool. All right. Well, so Andy, I mean, I've been talking a lot and having like you got a special guest. You've been sitting there typing for a while, trying to get your stuff taken care of.
But we are confirmed. We're good.
Okay. All right.
So-
So folks, if you're new to CNC and we already talked about it. What his Kickstarter course is built for. So he's given a 20% discount. That's good for the next 24 hours, you said?
Yep.
So it's like 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 29th of October. So roughly 24 hours. Use this code IDC Woodcraft, IDC 20.
20. Get 20% off.
That's nice. That's thank you
for sure. And I think we're still going to. I think we mentioned it. You mentioned earlier, but we're going to give away. We're going to give away the Kickstart to one person.
Oh, you're giving away the Kickstarter.
Yeah, I am going to.
Oh,
to one lucky winner.
Yeah, that's our giveaway. Okay, I actually knew that, but it's
so we're going to give it away to one lucky winner. And if you already bought it, we'll take care of you and we'll refund your purchase and you'll take care of it. So
all right. So in just a minute, we'll bring Julianne on board and the ladies. This is when the ladies take over the show. Andy, so folks, we still got a lot of questions out there. Unfortunately, we can't get to all of them.
Yeah.
Next week, it looks like it's just going to be me, so we can handle me and Liberty, so we can handle those questions. Then the more CNC and invasive questions, we're going to run through things. So, Andy, what is it that you love about doing the CNC stuff? What is the driving force behind it?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it's changed over the years. I think. But at my core, I love making things. I really do. I enjoy. One of my favorite things to do is to walk through a store and think about how I would manufacture a product on the shelf that's already existing. And like, I think in terms of like toolpaths and like what bits I would use. So I love the challenge of thinking through that. And, you know, problem solving. Being an entrepreneur, being a business owner is nothing more than just being a problem solver.
Right.
Like, at the end of the day, like that's all you're doing is
It
solving.
really is.
And I enjoy that. I enjoy the strategy. I enjoy of making and different techniques. But I also like selling things too, and you know, creating things that people enjoy. I think at the end of the day, like I'm a maker at heart too. You know, before I got a CNC, like I just had traditional woodworking tools, and I would build. We've still got a couple of them. A couple of the projects that I build just with miter saw, and you know, that's fun to me. So what keeps me going now is honestly the community and seeing people create really cool things, but also seeing, like a couple of people said tonight, how I've impacted their businesses, and I truly get a lot of joy out of helping people.
Yeah.
And I want everybody to succeed. I genuinely want everybody to succeed. So yeah, I think we're not done. I mean, we with Andy Bird Builds, you know, we've got 2 flagship products out there. We've got some others in the works that are going to take people's ability to enjoy their CNC time, to create, to make money, even further. So, yeah, I think we're just, Garrett, I think you'd get it. I think you would agree. We're just getting started in the CNC community.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's like there's no end to it. It's there's still a lot to do. It's still a young industry, but it's starting to mature, and things are starting to shape up, but there's still things to clean up. All right, well, folks, we are at 9:30, and it is time for us to do the giveaway. Then we'll talk a little bit more. What's interesting, so they can go to your website and take a look. So we're going to link that again. Go to his go to the Kickstart website, and he'll have all the information there of what it does and how it's going to help you. So
yeah, we have a landing page. I think Julianne has shared it with people. Like, it is the landing page is exhaustive of everything the CNC Kickstart includes. So yeah, check it out.
Okay. There's let's see, Max says, sorry, Andy, I was trying to use the 20% on the Lifetime course. It's only for the Kickstart. There you go. It's only for the Kickstart. Okay. All right, Julianne, I'm going to bring you up, and ladies, they get the floor now, and this is where the giveaway happens. And for those of you who are relatively new, you've got to listen in to know how to do this, to get yourself into this giveaway.
Kick it.
Yeah. I couldn't think of anything else that was, like, you know, appropriate.
I love it.
All right, everybody. Welcome. If you have never joined us before, this is where we do our giveaway. You are going to enter this phrase exactly as you see it, #, hashtag, whatever you call it, kick it into the YouTube chat. So you only have to enter it one time, and you can, you know, only be entered once. So no matter how many times you put it in, it's only going to count one time. So, all right. And as we said before, we are giving away the Kickstart course. So one lucky person's going to get all this loveliness.
Yes.
Andy's being very generous on that. That's so cool. Thank you, Andy.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we gotta wait for people to enter their kicks, their hashtag kick it. That's a good name.
It is. We're kicking it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, Rich, #2.
Yeah, this is where we start to wind down, folks. We just kind of chew the fat, and What do we have going on in the pipeline at IDC Woodcraft? Well, you said you got some other things in the work, Andy, but I guess you're not really ready to bring that to the public, which is fine.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah. Well, it's like us. We've got the. I got to get the sticker. We got a new CNC bit that we've been talking about for almost a year. And this is a very premium bit. Now, we've done a lot of work to figure this thing out. And so we've got the logo all set up for it. And there it is right there. The Excelsior series CNC bits. And
Shiny.
yeah, this is going to be top of the line CNC bit. So we're getting there. That's one. That's going to be another few months before we get that out. That's taken a lot of work. That's been a really slow process.
It's going to be a good launch for it, though.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be something that we have never done before. So
Nice.
it's a lot of pomp and circumstance for such a bit line.
Yeah. Yeah. It's totally next level.
I don't know if you can tell me this or not. I don't know what it is. No one knows what it is, right? But is it? Just tell me if you can't answer this. No pressure, obviously.
Oh.
Is it a line of bits or is it one bit?
It's a line of bits. It's
Nice.
It's a line of bits. So one of the things, Andy, which is tradition, we put in the hashtag, and so enter that hashtag in, and the ladies will decide if IDC comes up or Andy comes up as a winner, then the ladies will decide on what the other special gift would be.
Oh, so I need to. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And to answer this question from Nature's Live Edge, yes, the bit line is made in the United States, and even the containers that the bits are going in were made in the United States. If you want to, and the labels that go on the containers, if we want to get that technical about it.
Yeah, everything's U.S. Everything's U.S.
Yeah. Except for the sticker that Garrett just showed. I think those were outsourced, but they came from a United States company person that I talked to, and they just did their little doodle thing and got them. So,
Garrett, I and the IDC girls, I appreciate that you guys are manufacturing in the U.S. I think that's important. I think it's important to the community. I think that's important in general. So I'm glad you guys are committed to that as well.
Yeah.
I'm lobbying compliments on you all, but no, these are thoughts. These are just thoughts that I have. Like, yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. The things we can't do U.S. It would cost too much, like the calipers, right? The calipers, there's no U.S. manufacturer for calipers at all.
Right.
And so we do source those from China. But how many sets did we get shipped in before we finally said, this is the good one, this is the quality set, and we're going to brand it.
like,
T-Tracks. T-Tracks are from overseas as well.
Yeah. There's some things that you just, it's not possible, even I was talking to someone with CNC machines, it doesn't make sense to get electronics from the US.
No.
It's not possible. So completely get that.
Right.
Oh, someone had a good question I saw pop up. They said, will the new bit line come with bigger bags of M&Ms?
you're not going to want a bigger bag after you see the bit and
yeah, we have to go with. We'll have to go with a real high-end candy delivery.
Right. We'll throw a Werther's in.
Yeah. Jody says she's still having problems with your link. Try to add the cart and it says session ended. Maybe you might want to refresh that page.
Yeah. So I'm on the back end here, and orders have come through. So I'm not sure what's going on. But
Yeah, I would say just try refreshing your links or clicking on the links again, because likely it's just getting an overload because there are a lot of people watching. So there's probably a lot of people jumping on all at once.
See, I don't think we can do peanut M&Ms because if we get somebody that's allergic to peanuts and somehow it fell out of the package.
No, yeah, this would be way outside of M&Ms, folks. So yeah, it's like M&Ms you can buy at the convenience store. This you'd have to go to a very specialty shop. That's the level off to take it for the candy, I guess. Anyway, okay, so we're linking it. Remember, all the links are in the description of this video, everything we talked about.
Godiva chocolate.
There you go, Godiva. Gummy bears.
I think, what is it? Who has the monopoly on Skittles with their stuff? Who is it that sends Skittles?
No Skittles. Skittles are like, they hurt my teeth. They're so sweet.
yeah, it's like a pure sugar.
Just throw them in vodka and you'll be fine.
There you go.
Okay.
We're getting all kinds of suggestions in here. Chocolate, potato chips, York's peppermint candy, patty.
Potato chips.
I can't imagine what those would look like.
Vodka works. Duck likes vodka. All right. So how many we have on there? I can't see it.
Hold on. 296.
296. We got 417 people on, and only 296 people have signed up for this Kickstarter course. Maybe they feel it too advanced for it or not, which is okay. So just want to remind you, the giveaway we did last week, for those who entered and didn't win, we are doing a concession prize, which is 10% off of IDC branded products. Use the link that's provided. It'll be in the description of the video and in the conversation thread. That link is good till tonight, so that your special discount ends till tonight. But if you, like we said, for those who want that pro set and you can't get it because there's something out of stock on it right now, get on the CNC Insiders list. Just get on the list.
We've got 301 now.
Hey, they're
Okay.
over
Everybody,
300.
how many thumbs ups do we have? How many likes do we have?
Good question.
175.
222, I believe. No, 223.
223. There we go. Okay, cool.
24.
All right.
Going up.
Whenever the ladies are ready.
Yeah, hit that like button.
Yeah.
Hit that thumbs up.
And make sure you all sign up to subscribe to Andy's channel, the Andy Birds Builds.
I'm sorry. I saw this. Skittle dyes will kill us all. Actually, yes, because I'm allergic to the red 40 food coloring. So
okay.
I would die.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Garrett, if you don't mind me sharing, I do have a live show tomorrow, the CNC show.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If people want to come out to it, I've got Alex Duffy on the show tomorrow.
Oh, you have Alex.
Yep.
Super cool. Yeah, we had Alex on a little while ago.
Yeah.
Alex is so cool. He's such a nice
cool
guy.
guy. Yeah.
So, folks, what time is your
So right now we're doing it midday. So join us for your lunch break. It's 12 p.m. Eastern. I know the IDC girls pop in.
Mm-hmm.
And so it'll be a good show. It's tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern. So join us. It should be a great show.
Yep. We'll have the link in the description so you can click it tomorrow and join right on the live. All right. I guess, is it time to roll it?
Hold on. I've got to get his live link in the description. I threw it in the chat. I've got to get it in here now.
I don't know. There's not as many likes as there are entries. I feel like everybody who entered has to like the video.
You know what? I think I like that idea, Liberty.
Here.
All right. My goodness. So much stuff going on. Drink again. I ran out of drink. I can't.
I did too. already had a drink a long time ago. Last time I drank something like that.
It's like it was such a big thing too.
I'm so glad y'all have hung out with us tonight. Thank you for being here and joining us with Andy. And you got to see IDC man jump in, and now you got Andy with his
My goofy ears.
hat on.
Yep.
And yeah, we just sometimes we talk miscellaneous stuff. Sometimes it really depends on who's on the show. Like Andy said, we like to talk business. We're very much into business, entrepreneurs, and we have done a lot of work in our own heads to become successful business people. And it really takes a change in the way you think. It really does. You don't know until you actually do it, and you're driving your own stuff. All right. Rich said, hurry up. I got to pee after drinking so much.
We do have 303 likes. I can't see how many entries we have, but I can see the 300. So
305 looks like.
306? No, maybe
2 more
305.
likes. Maybe I'll like the video. Oh, I already did. So yeah, I see 300.
Nice.
Alrighty, you
all
guys.
right, ready to rumble.
Yeah, I got to pee too. So let's
right.
All
do it.
right, let's
Do it.
get ready and
Roll
roll this. Okay, don't get excited until you see the confetti. Actually, you may get excited seeing your name roll by, but
Oh, yeah. All right.
alrighty. Oh, wait, I think I can do a drum roll with this. Hold on. Maybe. Hold on. Yes, I can. Here we
Oh,
go.
there we go. Spin it.
Good luck,
All right.
everyone.
Is Steve Moss. Steve, congratulations! You just won the Kickstarter. That's
CNC Kickstart. Congratulations.
Kickstart.
Congrats.
Wow.
So, Steve, pay attention to the bottom of the screen, and I'm going to put the email address that you need to contact and say, hey, I was on IDC's Live. I get the Kickstart. So there you go. support@andybirdbuilds.com.
All right.
I'll leave that up for a second.
All right. Super cool. Congratulations, Steve. And you know what's cool is I mean, you look in the comments, people are, whenever somebody wins, they congratulate the people. They just sit there and congratulate. I love this community, Andy.
Everybody's in it with each
fantastic.
other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. And it's so cool just to be kind of, I don't know. I'm so excited about where it's going to, for what it is and the growth. And Garrett, we've even talked about some crazy ideas that we won't share here, but about working together on some things.
What? I still want to do that, dude.
Yeah.
We were sitting at the Vectric VIP. Me, you, Kyle. I was getting a little bit too many drinks in me, but
yeah.
I think that sits on all of our hearts all the time.
Yeah.
Like somebody's just got to grab the bull by the horns and say, "All right, boys, we're just going to do it. You can either join this run or not."
Yep.
And everybody,
I think we're getting close. I think we're getting close.
Yeah, I agree. So Kimbo fan said you have a contact for the fiber laser. He's about an hour away from us. So send an email to Garrett at idcwoodcraft.com and say you have a contact that you talked about for the Wednesday show. Give us the information. It'll get routed to Julianne, and we'll take care of that. Cool.
All right. I'm pulling Steve's name off. I hope that he sees that he's got it because I didn't see him roll by in chat. So
Winner, chicken dinner.
there we go.
All right. Well, folks, it's Andy. Thank you so much for joining us. And,
for sure. Thank you for having me. I look forward to it.
Yeah, I look forward to having you again.
Awesome.
It's always a good, interesting chat with you.
Yeah. I hope that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Very good thing.
I enjoyed. We missed you at in Texas, but I enjoyed hanging out with Julianne and Liberty.
Yep. I intentionally didn't go and
Yeah.
let them go and run the show.
Yeah. So
he was running around visiting Cody and across the country and everything else.
yeah,
Oh,
they
that's
actually
right.
didn't know where you were. They just said, "I don't know where he's at. He's lost."
He sent us a picture from the side of the road of a nondescript desert-like scene. We weren't sure.
It said, quote, somewhere in Arizona, somewhere in New Mexico, somewhere in Colorado. Not in that order, but like literally would just be like somewhere here.
Okay, so yeah, so the backstory is I got this thing that says I just got to go, right? And the whole thought was just go to Colorado to look at the mountains. So I was literally unplugged and then went down to see Cody. But the picture I sent to the ladies, I just came over a crest of a hill, and it's this huge expanse, like 50 miles of flat or whatever. And it's just like I got to send this picture to them. And what was so cool was just before I crested that hill, like two C-140s flew right overhead of me. And it's just, and then they steered off like that. And it was like, I wanted to get over that hill so I could see them down the valley.
Nice.
But, yeah, that was cool.
Awesome.
I like this from Mighty Wicked. It's not the story, it's the way you tell it.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. All right. Well, folks, thank you so much for joining us. Remember, you got a live show tomorrow, Andy's live show, where you get to meet Alex Duffy if you haven't met him yet. Super, super nice creator. He's actually teaches people CNC at the shows, at the conventions, right? So super nice guy. Andy, thank you for joining us. And ladies, we actually went quite a ways over time. Ladies, thanks for doing what you do. Folks, the most important people are you that is hanging out there in the audience. It wouldn't be anything for us if you weren't there. You help us reach our dreams, really do. So with that, we're going to check out. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.